A warning, brave adventurer. This episode of Echoes of Honor may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody. Hello there. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing the premier Cosmere RPG, Echoes of Honor, set in the world of the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. We hope you guys are doing really, really well. It is very, very exciting to be back once again. Ash is rejoining us from his trip. Ash, welcome back. We hope you had a lovely time.
It was great. Yeah, I was over there for a wedding, but then made a bit of a trip of it too. So
as you
spent
should.
some time in Indonesia in a couple of different cities, places I haven't been before. So it was really good. Yeah.
If I was to put you on the spot, favorite moment, what would it be?
Yeah, it's the moment that I was messaging you guys live from Indonesia, because I had to share the photos while I was watching the Mount Merapi kind of do a little bit of minus spitting. Some glowing in the dark at like 4 o'clock in the morning before the sunrise. And yeah, watching the two volcanoes of the sunrise coming like almost perfectly between the two of them. So yeah, it was a really nice morning, and it was probably one of the better highlights from the trip. There's some really weird weather in Indonesia at the moment. They're talking about like a bit of a cold snap. So we had like weird mists in the valley. So it was kind of like strangely surreal to see these mists rolling through the valley and then the volcanoes in the background spitting in the dark, coming up over it. It felt kind of like something out of a Brandon Sanderson book for sure.
Yeah, that's sick. It's funny you mentioned like the weird weather, because it seems like there's been a lot of that going around. Almost like some sort of change occurring to a climate level. But yeah, so it seems there's been a lot of like talk about that. I don't know if you saw, but the Mediterranean, the waters around the Mediterranean Sea are now warmer than they've ever been recorded, and they don't have a color for the chart. So they've had to redo the colors on their chart to measure sea level temperature or sea temperatures. Not a good sign, right? Like that can't be good. Probably not great. And then I did see that, I know this is tragic, and I will struggle with this. I did see that the 250th anniversary of America's founding, that looks like that got stormed out a bit. I mean, low attendance to start off with. So what was the real loss? But yeah, it's almost like there's some weird kind of strange things happening. I don't know. It's weird. Who knows? Who knows what that could be related to? Ash, that's fucking awesome. I'm really pleased that you enjoyed your holiday, a well-deserved holiday. How was the wedding?
Yeah, it was sensational. It was at a small resort that most of the guests were staying at. It was a few people there, like quite a small wedding. So it was really nice because we just had a couple of days by the pool, had some cocktails, had a really good massage, was kind of zen for about 4 or 5 days. Before then it was like, hey, let's go navigate major Indonesian city traffic and learn about
that would have been a bit of a difference.
The cars are stopped doesn't mean the bikes will, and then please be careful crossing the train line. Good luck. Yeah, that was my experience in Vietnam as well a bit. And Cambodia. It was great. Indicator lights. They're not like, it's not stop signs or traffic rules. It's just suggestions. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it was a really good trip. We got to see a lot of good stuff, and I got some really cool art and some clothes and some, just knickknacks and stuff. So had a really good trip and ate way too much. I think I'm probably like 5 kilos heavier, and it was definitely worth it.
It's a holiday. Yeah. That's what it's for. And Indonesian food's fucking incredible. So yeah, no, good call. I'd do the same in a heartbeat. Amazing. Well, look, hey, shall we do our recap and dive on into the session? Unless there's anything else fun to share before we dive on in? No, cool. Easy done. I will do one thing. I will slightly adjust Raph's camera to get him front and center. You're good, Raph. It's no. Okay. Are you comfy there, though? Were you comfortable?
I'm just going to pull a Has, I think.
Start moving around. The bane of my existence, you two.
Have the viewers noticed anything about Raph?
Well, the listeners probably not, but for those of you who listen to the podcast, Raph has shaved. It is obviously a travesty. I can only apologize. Raph, if you could also pass on your Well, apologies too.
Honestly, my deepest condolences to everyone. It's horrific. No one should have to view this, and I'm working to rectify it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I want you to sit there and really concentrate. And if you can, could you also please take a few shots of Sailor Jerry's? I think that's the only way that we can speed this process up.
I can work on that, and if we end up with the lowest views on YouTube for this particular episode, I'll understand why.
We will castrate you. Awesome. Let's do our recap and let's dive on. You've done it to yourself, so let's dive on into the session with our previous episode recap. Our story has been following a group of unlikely allies and friends, survivors of an attack on their caravan, now banded together under the banner of Bright Lord Bethab to seek those responsible. A cabal of light-eyed Aelthi nobles calling themselves the Sons of Honor. With their most promising lead, a Brightlady Ralanat, who is leading the caravan, known to be hiding in Aladar's war camp, the team have used Alaran's position as examiner for the High Prince to gain entry to the camp, under protests from Aladar's commander Mintez. Their investigation now well and truly underway, the team have followed Ralanat's trail first to a townhouse in the northern reaches of the camp, and now through a hidden passage in the back of an abandoned warehouse. With their entry into the warehouse somewhat less than sneaky, the team decided to just rush in as fast as possible. This strategy soon resulted in the team attacking a group of armed thugs, seemingly guarding an older buried structure. This fight soon split into two fronts, the Aelthi light-eyed nobles first avoiding combat and trying to enter another way, then changing tact and soon fighting a Chull instead, while the others fought for their lives against the actual warriors. This Chull actually turned out to be a formidable foe, taking Alaran down and then turning its attention to Neivien. With her life suddenly in danger, Neivien revealed her secret connection to the Soulcaster, turning the Chull partially to smoke before turning those powers on the other fighters. Rav-eth also found themselves in a life or death situation, swearing the first ideal of the Knights Radiant and healing Alaran from the brink of death. The team had a few moments of respite with the combat ended, able to talk through their discoveries, learn from their experiences, and come up with a plan heading forwards. And that is where we left off last session. We dive straight back in. Ash, really quickly, we all had a prediction on what your level up would be. We figured you'd be taking the Radiant path, specifically. Well, would you like to take us through? What was your level up? What have you chosen for your level?
Yeah, so I took. I was going to do the bit, but I'm not.
Do the bit.
To it. No.
He's taking 2 points into Elantrian. He's going to be an Elantrian from here on out. You watch as Alaran's skin begins to glow golden, radiant light. No. What did you take?
Edgedancer. So I have taken a point in discipline and light weapons after my nat 20 with the bow that he picked up, and was maybe I shouldn't always run headlong into things. A leader doesn't have to be on the front lines, I think, was something that the Spren said to him. And I think that is something he'd rejected previously as something he could do. So, and then taking that start towards an oath with the Edgedancers.
I'm really proud of you. That is a very, very wise decision and a very, very well-deserved level up in the Edgedancer. So you now have access to Stormlight, to Investiture. You don't have access to your Surges yet, but you do have those 3 goals. You may tick off, same as Rory, same as Hula, you may tick off one of those for this fight. You did indeed act in accordance with the Edgedancers during that combat, so you may preemptively, I'm happy for you to tick that one off now. 2 more, and you can swear the first ideal in a moment of extreme coolness. We'll find that moment when it comes, I think. We'll build up to that.
Absolutely.
Was there anything else Alaran would have said or done that we didn't cover or that I didn't do while we had that session?
No, it was great. I think he is kind of in that state of like, you had him dealing with the bodies, and I think that was the right path. And I think it's partly because he is unsure. He's unsure if that, like, he's looking around, he's seen the might conflict, and he's realizing that this barricade might have been to prevent people from getting attacked by threats that came in, including those creatures. And he's realizing that we just stormed in and attacked people that we had no idea about. And he's reckoning with the fact that his leadership might have been part of a failure here that has led to this action. But either way, it is the next step on the journey, and it has to be the next step forward rather than focusing too much on this moment and the death of these people that we've had to fight. But each of these faces, as he moves them, like sears into his brain as, did this person need to die? Could this have been us? If this was us in their position, all those kinds of things have been hitting him. And I think if he is distant from the others, he might be even asking his spren, like he's just kind of like talking aloud or thinking aloud some of those ideas, and specifically around the conversation last session was about the Radiant, and we know we've had this conversation a few times now, but the Vedan nature, and Neivien even hit on it a few times.
Yeah, you want to
Fear
be careful.
of what that is.
Yeah.
Whether or not being a Radiant is an okay thing. And so I think he wants to ask specifically that question to the Radiant, to the Spren, is we've been told that the Radiants were traitors and liars. But I've seen like the others granted power. And I think he's just kind of like hoping that there's something that can be shared.
Are you doing that in front of the others or off by yourself?
No, I think that because everyone had pretty active tasks, I think that like the thought process is over like the 5-10 minutes of moving the bodies and stuff. But I think in a quiet moment, while others are having a discussion, he's just thinking it aloud, because he's recognized that everyone else has said, yes, this is good. Neivien has been questioning it, but Nevien's not making that choice. And he is still trying to reckon with it, because he recognizes that everything that has happened so far does not fit in with Voran tradition. And he doesn't necessarily fit in with the ideals of the Voran tradition, but it's still the rules under which he is governed and being judged by. And I think right now, he's recognizing that everyone is a bit of an outsider right now. And it's a big step for him to go, let's sign up to the bad boy club.
Yeah, 100%. As you take that moment aside, glancing through the burning, charred blockade that once protected these people from threats that were incoming until you guys came along. As you throw the bodies over the side, you watch as a bundle of vines begin to curl up over the wall, soon rising until it forms a face made of tangled thorns and lichen. You look troubled, lad. What's wrong?
This is the Radiance, right? This is what's happening, my friends.
Aye. My memory's coming back as time goes on. But what you're doing, you and your friends, bonding spren, swearing oaths, aye, this is of the Radiance.
We're taught in Alethkar that the Radiance betrayed us all, that they were liars, and they broke those oaths.
Aye, many of the spren feel the same way. The humans broke their oaths to spren. Aye.
And breaking an oath is bad, but I see things changing so quickly that I feel like something I promised today, I don't know if I can promise tomorrow.
It's one of the reasons why spren feel they can't trust humans anymore. Why I was cautioned by some to be careful with who I bonded. Because you do change your minds.
Can we do good with this power?
Of course we can. Just like a sword, Just like a shield, like a bow. This could be a weapon. A sword is not evil when it cuts down a man. A bow is not vicious when it shoots a child from across the field. It is the wielder and what they choose to do. This could be a weapon. But you have access to far more than just weapons, boy. Our bond will grant you strength, speed, aye. But it will grant you powers to help, to heal. Like your Natan friend. Your surges will overlap with his. It's what you choose to do with it, your intentions, that matter more than the powers themselves.
Radiant of old changed their minds. Do you know what happens if I change mine?
No. No, I don't remember. I wasn't bonded when that happened. My night had already fallen. None of us know what happened. Do you remember?
Okay. And the words are the immortal words, right?
To start with, there are more that you'll swear. First will be the immortal words. After that, you'll be speaking oaths of yourself. Your own words, your own feelings.
So it's for me to work out.
If you swear the first, it'll be for us, lad. Old Burr can throw you a thing or two.
I don't want to kill like this. Just because there's power, I don't want to see like this. And I'm like looking down at the burning palisade and the bodies on the other side.
I can
I don't
understand
want
that.
to die.
I can understand that fully. But something's coming, lad. Something bad. I remember that much. Burning red eyes, sense of fear, and destruction like you've never seen. You're going to need these powers. If you want to stand any hope of helping, protecting, leading, guiding your people. Otherwise, it's not too long before everyone you know and love will be just like those men there. Slaughtered. Tossed aside. Fertilizer for the rock buds.
I just want to make sure that we do it right. I don't want to fail, but I don't want to do it wrong.
There's one thing I want you to take away from this conversation, lad. It's that succeeding isn't as important as trying. I can't have you out there terrified of failure, blocking your actions, making you do nothing. It's far more important that you try. I don't care if you fail. You will fail. I've failed, and I will fail again. It's more important that we try.
I can swear to that I will try. And I'll take it one step at a time.
Good. I can't accept those words, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. You're not ready. But that is a great start, lad. A really great start. With that, you watch as the vines begin to recede, turning to dust as the face disappears.
As you wander
Alaran
over.
stand.
Oh, so you go.
Yeah. I was just going to say he stares for a moment back into that burning palisade. Conscious that that is a protection for us that is fading away. And knowing that the party is readying to move on.
Yeah. As you rejoin the others, you can see Ztar having just glanced down through the gateway, checking for signs of people. The two Spren for Ztar and Rav-eth vanishing into the air as Hula's tiny little stone Spren, Peak Spren disappears back into the rock at his feet. As Hula kind of dusts his hands off after lowering her to the ground. And with that, you're all back together and the timelines reconverge once more.
Owen, can you just remind me
Yes.
quickly about what we know so far about this super sneaky room that exists that we're trying to get into now?
So the Spren were able to let you know that there is a room further inside the structure, a number of rooms and passageways, but a room in particular where a woman with dark hair, a couple of other humans and a parshman were located. That room is to the northeast of where you are. It is also pretty close to where your find reel is pointing towards. Your find reel is pointing more north than northwest than what the Spren were indicating, so you think there's a slight deviation maybe there, but northwest of where you are. You know that there is a doorway in, probably branching off from the passageway in front of you, but Hula's Spren, Tula, indicated that there were other potential ways in. She noted that there were passageways through the rock, natural passageways that had been dug out, as well as some bones along the pathway towards the direct east of where you are. So if you did want to avoid going through that main central section, potentially if there were more people there or traps or something like that, if you wanted to take a bit of a roundabout route, you can spy what looks like a little entrance just over towards the east of your position. And as you move over and have a little peek, there is indeed a fissure in the stone, a natural cavern of sorts branching off towards the north from that easterly direction.
The bones that are there, did any of the Spren indicate human, animal? Had they been gnawed on?
Gnawed on. But not much more information than that. The bones are piled up and scattered about, and hard to kind of make sense of any specifics about them.
Hula wasn't in there chewing on any human bones, right? Just confirming.
Hula did not chew on any bones this time.
Okay. Today.
Perhaps on a
Hula.
past bender with the Horneater White, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
This place looks familiar. Oh no.
Yeah.
I ate so many bones. My God.
Exactly right.
I am fearful that time may be of the essence here.
Need to move forward. What is your advice, Neivien?
Me? I don't know. It doesn't sound as though they know that we're out here. So I don't really think there's much need for trying to be too secretive. I don't personally like the idea of those other passages with bones. I don't trust that for a second.
Absolutely. That's wise. We don't need more threats. I'm only conscious that this palisade wall is a protection burning behind us, and once it is gone, those creatures in the other room are going to come looking for more to feed on after those bodies. So we should move forward.
I fully agree with you.
Are we okay with that, Hula?
Ztar
I can
nods encouragingly.
Okay. Let's move and let's take a more strategic formation. Hula, are you okay to take lead? You
Yes.
well?
Yes. That's the other thing. Just Ash, I don't think you were there for it, but we discussed that like when you swore the ideals, you got access to the investiture, so you kind of fully healed up. So I don't know if your characters fully healed themselves.
he's like holding his side, and as he does that, he realizes that while he's probably been talking to Burr and he was taking deep breaths, that has in fact been happening. So just healing physical damage to full.
Yeah, essentially.
And
You've
then
got
I
enough Stormlight
go-
with you and enough spheres that you can do that in this moment of time without spending more than a few actions.
And then I think we said not to restore into focus though.
Correct. Focus you don't get back. You have to take a rest for that, but you can restore health with Stormlight.
Yeah. And we have finished our previous scene and had like a bit of a break here. Is
Correct.
that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We are out of the
So-
scene.
Okay.
Not enough for a rest level break, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
But enough to sort of be able to cast recovery again if you had to.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I might hold off, but when I need to, I can update some focus with that.
Yeah, that might be good as
Perfect.
well. I think my focus is only like 1 at the moment, so
Yeah.
Oof. Yes,
Yeah,
you have done some work.
I have. I've been busy.
You have been busy.
I'm gonna stop running into such hazards if I can avoid it. Neivien, I'm sorry that I got in the way with the chal and didn't assist you there and took this injury, but I might
you
try and
did
help
everything you could.
and I think it would be good if you also didn't run directly up to the big beasts and people with weapons.
Look, under normal circumstances, I absolutely wouldn't. I felt quite uncharacteristically confident about taking on that chul and pushing it back. I don't. I mean, I'm a little bit of a mess, if I'm honest. I'm hurting quite a bit, so I certainly don't intend to be running in. Not first, anyway. Despite the fact that I don't really have very many, shall we say, combative options outside of doing that.
Yes, I stay by my side. I need your eyes and thoughts near the back, and I will stand by your side.
All
I
right.
have my sword and bow.
I suppose I'll stand in the middle then, perhaps. Be able to assist either you or the Ztar and Hula up the front, perhaps.
I think that's a wise place for you. I think that has worked really well. Thank you for your work so far with us.
Oh,
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Or you, Hula, or you, Ztar.
it's okay. It's what we have to do, right?
Yes.
We're in this strange place. We may as well try and get out of it alive.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we all walk out of here alive and we get some answers. We all need those.
Well, indeed. Hopefully the truth will reveal itself.
Like they say, truth will out.
What?
What? Who says that?
Them.
Shin.
Okay, let's Hula take the lead.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, straight down the main corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the non-bones area, I think we were advocating for.
Perfect.
We're not going in the bone zone.
No,
No
that's
bones
fair
zone
enough.
today.
No bone zone.
No bones. The bones with the bones. Bones with more bones than just the bones. All right. As you head on through, I've put you all as a rough grouping. Is that the plan? Hula, Alaran in front, Rav-eth, Ztar in the middle, Neivien in the back.
Alaran with Neivien.
Yeah, I think Ztar would be in the
Ztar
front of me, or in the middle.
Perfect. And then Rav-eth in the middle. Okay. Perfect. As the five of you begin to make your way down the corridor, the gates are still open. Moving through into the space beyond, you soon find yourselves in a much larger structure than you were anticipating. Far older as well. The look of this place, massive halls of stone, the ceiling rising about 40 feet up above you. Set against the wall are massive metal braziers burning with coals and heat. No stormlight here for light, actual coals that have been lit. Probably looks like probably chul dung from the smell of it that's been burned down into these chunks. I shouldn't say coal, it's more charcoal than coal. And chul dung. You do spy, as you begin to head forwards, a split in the rock wall, revealing a passageway beyond. More of a natural cavern where this wall has caved in. And just beyond the area of fire, the light cast by these braziers, is a body, a fresh body, humanoid by the looks of it. Probably one of those same figures that you saw before, hooded with a cloak on, peak of white hair underneath the lip of their hood. Looks to be a male, roughly maybe 5'8", 5'9", so a fair bit shorter than an Aelthi. The body is just lying face down, blood leaking from what look like vicious wounds in the back. But there's no other sign of anything else that you can see.
Rav-eth would like to medically check to see how this individual has met his untimely end. Assess the wounds, all
How
that jazz.
close are you getting to medically assess?
Well, how far away is he at the moment?
At the moment, if you have a look on the map, Rav-eth, they are about 25 feet away from you. You'd have to squeeze through this narrow 5-foot gap in the corridor.
Oh, okay.
Why don't I bring us over to the map to show this off? Given that I did go to the trouble of making this. Well, I'd say making. 2 minute
Hula or
tabletop.
Ztar can make a point up on the intersection just past the braziers. Please, to make sure nothing comes around the corner first.
Yes.
Sounds reasonable.
Ztar will push forwards and keep an eye out too.
As Rav-eth does this, I am going to do a perception check to listen to see if I can hear any potential threats. So I think hearing is probably...
I'd probably go to like maybe the probably where like the fissure, like the cut in the wall is.
Yeah.
To get a little bit closer.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. Alaran, could I please get a perception or I'd say survival kind of works here too. If you wanted to roll for that. Rav-eth, could I please get a medicine or deduction check from you as you examine? Hula and Ztar, I'd say perception probably is the most appropriate here for you two at the front. Neivien, is there anything you'd like to do? Do you want to keep an eye on the back? Do you want to examine the stone where it's broken through? Talk me through
While all of that is fascinating, I think she's actually a little bit enthralled by the ruins themselves.
Yes.
Can I roll for who the fuck made this?
100%. That would fall under deduction, law, or I would also allow crafting because you're looking for the specific construction and design elements and falling on your knowledge of those areas. I would allow any one of those for you.
I think I'll try craft. Come on.
Thought you would.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Let's do the roll. So for our perception checks for Hula at the front of the pack, that's a total of 8. Hula, not much to see underground. These airsick lowlanders, it gets even worse underground as you head even further away from the top of the peaks. The deeper you go, the more air there is. There's way too much air here. It's really clouding your judgment. Nothing really to see here of interest. The passageway splits into what looks like a X intersection or a full cross intersection. In front of you, there looks like another passageway blocked off with massive wooden planks that have been hammered in to cover this area, as long as a few stones strapped around it as well. A little gate set into the middle of it with heavy chains wrapped across it. To your right, the intersection continues onwards. There's a few doors that you can see, and to the left, it looks like there's another palisade wall as the passageway continues on as well. Nothing else really stands out to you. Neivien, looking around at the walls of this place, with a total of 8 for your crafting check, a 2 on the dice. This was made probably by the Aelthi. Maybe a long time ago. Maybe there were some Aelthi who came out here and dug out some stuff. Hard to know. Maybe it's an old mine. I mean, there's a lot of really beautiful architecture hidden underneath layers of creme, but it's just creme. Nah, you don't worry about it. It's just creme. Nothing to worry about. Perception check for Alaran and medicine check for Rav-eth. 14 for the perception. Sorry, 16 for the perception, 14 for the medicine. Let's do Rav-eth's medicine check first, and then we'll get to Alaran's.
I should also add that I have a expertise in my medicine.
That is,
ability,
yes.
so-
Always let me know if there's an expertise, because it does give you a bit of extra stuff.
Yeah.
Neivien does not know whether or not this was Soulcast or not. That is how bad that 8 is. It's hard to know with an 8.
Good stuff.
The problem is the creme has coated the surface of things, which Neivien normally would trigger your interest. How did this place underground get covered in creme, when creme is what's left behind by rainfall, by high storms? But that doesn't occur to you with an 8. Nothing to worry about here. Rav-eth, medicine check, 14. You immediately recognize the wounds that have been done to this person. These claws, the sizing, the distribution of them, this could only have been a white spine. Probably a smaller white spine, not fully grown, but that means there's a white spine, a juvenile. And if there's a juvenile white spine in these caverns somewhere, there's more than likely going to be more than one. White spines are not really solitary until they get a bit older. As they are younger, they often stay in small groupings until they either kill off their competition or move on to greener pastures. You also know that white spine are clever enough to leave out bait to draw in other food. The body of a human, bloody like this, given that there's other creatures, Kremlings and other creatures in these caverns, you've already encountered the Shellmites. Very possible the white spine was using this body to help draw out more food. And as you say that, or think that, if you're whispering this to Alaran, Alaran, you hear the sounds of something scraping against the stone. A small scattering of rocks falling to the ground. And you watch as stalking out of the gloom, a large, almost raptor-like form, covered in spines, massive articulated jaws clicking as it does so.
Oh, yeah.
You watch. I'll blow this token up just for the first time you guys see it, because white spines are pretty fucking cool. Let me just chuck that so you get the full artwork effect. They look incredible. Imagine like a raptor crossed with a lobster is the best way to... It's a Velociraptor is fucking spot on. Absolutely agree. Absolutely nailed it, OS Wizards. That's spot on. A Velociraptor. Velociraptor. I also like Velociraptor.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor, as it stalks into view, sniffing the air as it moves around the corner of the shade, moving out quietly as it crouches low, looking over towards where you are standing in the doorway. But it does not make any other moves. It just sits there, eyes focused on you. Its mandibles clicking a little bit as it crouches down.
Oh, man.
Again, not to just reiterate what we already know, but good guys don't have white spines in their hideouts. So, like,
I would like to say, though, that this white spine has killed one of them, and it's in the natural cap. You don't think this is their white spine. White spine are very hard to... You don't really train a white spine. They're like... Yeah. For the sizing of this...
Could you train a white spine?
I don't think it's been done. Like, do you have a quick look?
It's going to be done tonight.
I think we barely got across the shell.
No.
It was after we took the shell away from it, so...
It doesn't look
Nevien's
like
got
any has ever been known to be tamed. The only reference we have is that they are difficult to capture alive, and specimens do not thrive in captivity, becoming confused and lethargic.
Like a killer whale.
Just like me.
Like a killer whale. Just like you as well.
Raph.
Yes, like a killer whale and Raph. Yes. That's what you see.
Yeah, as Alaran sees this and Rav-eth looks up from the medical investigation, I guess the eyes are kind of looking at the feet of this creature, waiting to see movement, and my hand gestures out to Neivien to kind of like say, we're moving, like is kind of doing one of these things, like let's go quietly without trying to make a sound.
Yeah.
And then an eye look across to Hula and Ztar to see if they have a pathway forward, to see if they have a direction that they are heading, not like turned back to us.
Yeah, would I have even clocked at the white spines there with my perception of 8?
No.
Yeah.
No. You can see something's up though, because Alaran and Neivien and Rav-eth are looking at you in horror. Well, no, Nevien's not right now. Alaran and Rav-eth are looking at you in horror. Nevien's currently looking at the walls and licking them, I guess. I don't know what else. How else to describe? Nah, that'd be a natural one. Nevien's just got like a hand on the walls, like trying to wipe away some of the creme, but not really achieving much. It's only because Alaran and Rav-eth suddenly like freeze. Alaran backing away slowly. Rav-eth like I don't know, like curling up in the fetal position. Rav-eth, you Natan is not far away from the plains. You know how terrifying white spine are. One of the reasons that you pass this is because you've treated white spine wounds before. The chance of survival from a white spine attack, very low. Very, very
compared
low.
To like a Chull though, like because obviously that can down 2 very strong heroes.
But yeah, we're also...
A Chull is a domesticated beast of burden. A white spine is... I mean, they can get as big as a fucking horse. I think they can get bigger. They get up to almost like grizzly bear size. They're massive. This one's not that big. This one is about the size of you. I mean, those massive, massive incisors. They're about as long as your arm. Maybe just your forearm. They're huge. This thing's terrifying.
But also, we're technically semi-gods at the moment. So, like, I understand no one...
Not all of us.
Yeah.
Not all of it.
But, like, no one's ever done well against us. Like, no one's ever been semi-god, like, tier before.
I mean, like...
I was listening up until we went into formation and walked down a hall, and now all of a sudden there's a fucking white spine?
Yes.
It
hasn't attacked. It's kind of hovering
It's eyeing us up a little bit.
It's waiting for an opportunity to ambush.
I also already asked how we can't tame it.
No.
Good to know.
It's in the bone zone.
It's in the bone zone.
Well, we passed the bone zones.
Got it.
Well, let's just Operation Bomb Rush the front door. Let's go, lads.
Yeah. Moving forward.
Yeah,
following Ztar's lead for like the path forward. I wait for Neivien to start moving before I take any motion from where I'm at.
I'll take that cue. I'm not going to fuck around.
Yeah,
Kat makes a very good point. Tangen said, imagine the prestige we take its pelt with us.
Nah.
Well, it's not really a pelt. I guess it's more like if you peel off its chitinous armor. Yeah.
Imagine if we all die, though. How good would that be, guys?
The prestige of death.
The prestige.
What spines have some sort
back at the burning bodies.
stone heart?
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, they'd have a gem heart.
Yes,
They would have a gem
100%.
heart.
Yes, they would definitely have a gem heart.
I could fuck with Kill Gem Heart.
That could be useful for me.
Yeah.
All right, now bomb rush the front door. Let's go.
You know what's useful, though? Dying. Yeah, Rav-eth is going to take a couple of steps back. Very, 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 like... very carefully, very
Rav-eth, as you take a few steps back, you watch as the creature's shoulders lower a little bit more. Its eyes fixed on the movement as it looks at you and then turns its head back towards the bleeding corpse and then its head back towards all of you again as its tongue lolls out, saliva dripping from between its massive jaws.
Would it be able to get through that gap?
Neivien, you're not sure. Do you want to make for me I'm going to say this falls under deduction or survival in this moment of like panic. Panic's not quite the right word, but in this moment of
Fear, definitely.
Yeah. 19. Neivien. No, it will not be able to get through that gap easily, quickly, and I mean even at all. More importantly, this creature is first and foremost an ambush predator. The way that white spine hunt is traditionally more of an ambush strike, an initial first brutal attack and then a slow finish off of their prey. You get the sense if you were to book it out of here, you don't think it's going to be chasing you. It's not going to be following you into the corridors beyond. This is an ambush predator. It's already got prey here. It was just hoping for more. If you don't go into these caverns, you're unlikely to be in any serious danger here.
I whisper as much to the others.
Alaran,
Yeah.
hearing Naivien's information, but still knowing that Neivien 2 seconds ago thought it was a good idea to tame a child, hears it and decides to trust that judgment that we are a bit safer than he feels, and starts to push forward towards that final door.
Perfect. For the viewers and for your benefit as well, I just want to show you this part of the map because I love this bit. The little like cavern of bones in the top corner. I was hoping you'd take this way and then I could describe as you like come up to this section and you're just in this little alcove of bones and then the white spine emerge from behind you moving through the darkness. I was like, yeah, this will be sick. But that was before you did the bum rush tactic, so never mind.
We'll come back for the white spine.
Yeah. We're gonna 100% the encounter. So
Yeah, that's right.
Clear the map. Yep.
As you begin to back away from that narrow alcove, the narrow chasm wall, you watch as the white spine moves forward slowly and then quicker as you begin to move through. Its face pushing through that gap, sniffing the air as you leave, but soon retreating and disappearing back into the gloom of the caverns beyond. And with that, you are, for the moment, ostensibly out of serious danger. As you move forwards and get to the T intersection, you can see that the passageway beyond, the passageway that's been clearly worked, continues to the east and west of you. To the east, there are what look like two doors that have been set into the stone. These doors are clearly recent additions. You can see where they've been nailed into the stonework. The doors themselves made of what looks like a very thick wood, possibly reinforced, definitely Soulcast from the looks of things. The doorway immediately to the north of where you are is about halfway down the corridor, and then at the far eastern end is another door. In front of you is an enormous wooden barricade. Again, this does definitely have signs of being Soulcast. You can see that it has been set to block off what was probably once an open corridor, and a wooden door with chains across it has been set in front. And then to your left, to the west of you, it looks like the corridor continues on to another barricade before disappearing into the gloom of the cavern.
And which one was the door that Spren indicated?
They were indicating towards the east. Have I said west? Have I been giving you the wrong information? I have said northwest, haven't I? I'm so sorry. I've heard myself back. It is northeast. Sorry, it's this doorway over this way.
Like this.
Apologies.
Oh, okay, down the end of the. All right, well, let's hook it there, boys. And Nick and girl.
Yeah, I'd stay at the back and off we go.
Perfect. As you stride forwards and make your way down towards the end of the corridor, you can see the doorway in front of you, as I described before, is quite well made and has been definitely Soulcast, locked into position with massive metal spikes that split the stone where they've been driven in. The door has a very traditional handle, just a simple locking mechanism. And as you approach, you can hear the sound of voices, angry voices talking from beyond. It sounds like a woman arguing with a man.
Well, if you hand me some of those spears, I can decay the door handle here and we can blast on through. Does that sound like a plan? Or Neivien, if you want to smokify the door?
Let's have you do this, Ztar. Here are the things. No one needs to die unless they present immediate danger to our lives. We need answers.
Maybe a little bit of killing?
Gonna inside check Ztar on that one.
just for fun?
What?
No, fine. Yes, of course, if they don't need to die, they don't have to die. If If their crimes are severe, they'll be judged accordingly.
Not here and now. We need answers.
It depends how
Self-defense.
attacky they are. But thank you, Hula.
It would be good to keep them alive. We won't be able to get answers
Yes.
from dead men.
No, agreed.
Then keep them all alive. We don't have enough rope to keep them all alive, or cupboards for that matter. We got lucky last time.
Would this count as combat or another tense situation?
Breaking down the door and moving inside, definitely a tense situation. Possibly combat, depending on what you do.
Or to say, if we're not in a tense situation or combat, then I have to roll a division test. If it's just like, we have ample time to do this kind of lockpicking style, I can just spend the time to disintegrate.
Right now, you would have ample time. You've got a moment to do that now if you wish.
And wood wasn't too hard to do, was it?
To
wood was
soul
very
cast.
hard.
I
No,
thought
to
stone
divide.
was hard.
Oh, to divide
Okay.
wood is hard, yeah.
Do you need assistance with this through buff? Is this the type
It
of
depends if
thing?
they're asking for a roll or if it's just we have a bunch of spheres. I have a bunch of times I can just pump Stormlight into it until it breaks.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the
so
more
GM
time you spend on this, the potential there is for discovery. That's the only thing I would say.
Then how about I do the roll and we can let that determine how long this would take. And if Alaran wants to jump in and help because I'm floundering, then we can play it like that.
If there's a risk of potentially giving ourselves away through time, I'm going to give you a decisive command that it is time to strike. And I will give you a command die
Alright.
for a D4.
Cool, let's do it.
Oh. That sucks.
That's all we're gonna need. Don't worry. Would this be a raise the stakes kind of moment?
I would say this is the raise the stakes kind of moment to try and bust in through the door. At this point, none of you have checked if the door's locked, have you? You're just assuming that it is.
No,
Cool.
but yeah, we're just evaporating the door. Yeah,
Sweet.
that's
You have to
the
make another button.
obvious.
The
Yeah,
button
yeah.
strategy.
No, 100%. In that case, then yes,
Uh,
this is definitely a raise the stakes situation. It always was, but I stand by it definitely being one now.
It is funny. We didn't consider just trying to open the door first. See if we
Well, because I would
don't
tell
need
them
you.
that we're there. Then it is a tense situation.
Yeah,
It's still a tense
which we're doing
situation.
anyway.
But yeah.
I'm just gonna directly add the command die to this roll. Complication range is meant to be set to 1.
Yeah, because it's only on a 1 that you get a complication. Correct.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
have
got
an
an
opportunity. Okay, so it's a
Okay,
total of
and
14 for your division, but you do also have an opportunity. Ztar, your items that are harder to divide, wood's quite up there. Stone and metal are a little bit lower, I think, from memory, aren't they?
I forget. I just remembered it being not exactly the order. I thought it would go in order of things that decay, but then wood was surprisingly high, and things like air were like, yeah, bro, just divide me up.
I remember it being a bit anti-intuitive. I agree. Let me have a quick look. So division, I'll tell you what the order is, and we'll use this as our way of breaking through. So division under pressure.
Under pressure.
No. So you're right. Organics like flesh, bone, and pulp, and then it's solids like metal, stone, and crystal are all together. So I would say that wood falls under organics. It is easier to do that than it is to divide the stone or the metal. So in this case, then what you're doing is rather than trying to divide the entire door, Ztar, you know that it's far simpler to focus on the area where the hinges are located. If you focus your division,
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
beautiful. That is your opportunity. As you essentially push the stormlight in, you watch as these tendrils of smoke begin to rise from the wood, as almost like veins of ember begin to burn through the area around the hinge. And then in one sudden move, you watch as the door just collapses inwards, dropping forwards as it does so. The room beyond is a small chamber, roughly 25 or 20 feet wide and about 40 feet long. You can see 2 massive cages located on the far side of the doorway. A human slave and what looks like a Pashendi in those cages. You also spy from your vantage point a very poorly disguised Ralanat. Her dark hair that had been pushed up into a very tight bun has been knocked astray, her clothing slightly torn, and she is currently strapped into a chair. Standing over her, a man holding a long knife in the process of cutting into her skin around her arms. As the door collapses inwards and breaks down, you watch as the figure looks up in surprise towards the doorway. With that, I am going to have everyone... I guess the question is, are we jumping into essentially a pseudo-initiative? Because it does feel like we're moving into like rapid people's choices and timings matter. Or do you want to keep this... You want to keep this right now a bit more free-flowing, and you guys can just jump in whenever you want to do stuff.
Ztar be storming right in.
Yeah, Alaran pushed for strike. It's about us, getting in there and shutting down whatever is happening there.
Rav-eth would probably let Ztar, Hula, maybe even Alaran take point on this, but Rav-eth is probably more concerned with Lady Ralanat and whether or not she's going to die. So he'd be trying to stabilize her wounds if there are any inflicted that are causing her to be near death.
Yeah, perfect. Your initial view, Rav-eth, she's not close to death. She's being tortured for information. They don't want her dead. The last thing they want is to inflict wounds that will bring her any closer to death. This is all about extracting information.
It'd still be a little bit uncomfortable for her. I mean,
it's uncomfortable. Yeah, this is a
a couple of fingernails removed, and
we're straight up okay with her being uncomfortable. We do.
Yeah, that's a good point. If she's not on the cusp of death, then Rav-eth is probably not going to assist her and bring her back to life. If she's being, she's a little uncomfy, then it's fine.
She is a little uncomfortable. That is the understatement of the year. In that case, then, could I all please have you choose your approaches on the initiative order? The agent is going to do a fast turn. Ralanat, given she is strapped into a chair, is going to do a slow turn. There's not much else she can really do. Lumi wants to say a quick hello before I... This is the white spine that you almost tried to attack just here. I know, and its a little pink jumper. It's a terrifying creature. Go on, Limbs. Down you go. Go give Teddy a cuddle.
Fine.
Alrighty.
We gotta tag that white spot.
Why are we still doing the bloody...
If you think it's ever going to stop, you are very well mistaken.
No, I accept the world that I've created for myself. Okay. Our fast turns are Alaran and Hula. Every single other person is taking a slow action from the looks of it. The agent is going to be a fast turn. Ralanat is a slow turn. Alaran and Hula, the two of you are up first.
Alaran is going to...
Not so fast for this turn, it seems.
Yeah.
What?
I would realistically see him with the knife and be trying to rush in. And sort of go for the guy with the knife to try and essentially disarm him would be my rush for the fastness.
Okay.
Ash, Alaran, any...
I think he's frozen.
Am I
not frozen at all?
No, I can hear him.
Really?
Are you
frozen to me.
Yeah, I can hear him and see him. Yeah. I'll stop talking over you to see if Harrison can hear you. But I can hear you.
I'll hang up and I'll rejoin.
No, it's Harrison who's going to need to.
You actually not hear him?
No, he's just doing it like this.
Nah.
Oh.
Give it a refresh.
Nah,
Harrison,
I
you're the
can
one
see
who needs to
moving,
refresh,
chatting.
unfortunately. Yep. It's just Harrison. Alaran, Ash, what would you like to do for your turn?
I can't really see too much of what's going on in the room from where I'm at.
Correct.
So Alaran kind of needs to be in there, but given the fact that he gave the instruction of strike, get in there and basically stop people from doing attacks. He said he wasn't going to do this, but now he needs to because it's only him and Hula moving. As Hula moves in, he has to run in after him.
Remember, you don't have to use your full movement in the one thing. You can do a bit of movement, take your other action, then use the rest of your movement. You don't have to be like, I use all my movement and now I do my second action. You can split it.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm moving to the door Can I be in either of those squares to see? Whoa.
Yes, you may. Now that
Um,
Lumi's off my lap, Teddy's decided it's his turn.
so Ralanat's sitting in this chair
Correct.
here.
Yeah. And that's where I, like the guy with the knife is over her, so I've gone straight for him.
Perfect.
Cool.
Using my 20.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move in. I can move through your space. right?
Yes,
How
any
much
allied
movement is
spaces
that?
you can move through freely. It's not a problem.
I'm just going to move up next to Hula. So that's my first action. And the second action will be to. I think it's going to be to. How can I assist Hula here?
You could just do the help action if you want.
Sure. That is what I do. I assist with Hula in, intervening with this agent.
Perfect.
And then for the free action, I point across to the agent on the other side of the room. And I say, subdue them if you can to the others that are in the hallway.
Yeah, 100%. All righty. Hula, as you rush on in, what is your plan here?
Essentially, being prepared to bum rush in. I had my weapons drawn already. I've made my movement in, seeing the guy with the sword drawn. I'm going to come in clanging to draw his attention and try and strike him at the dagger wielding hand, essentially.
Perfect. Okay, so Alaran, to give Hula aid, this will cost you a focus to do the aid action, and you have to make a test. And essentially, that test will then, whether you pass or fail, that test will then essentially. Oh, no, sorry. You just have to spend a focus. That's it. And it's technically a reaction, so you still have an action as well. You can still actually do.
Oh. Okay. In that case, then I will take.
I would also allow. You could also use the gain advantage. Use one of your skills to gain advantage, but use that to give Hula the advantage. I'm happy to allow that. I know specifically it's meant to be for you. So essentially what you do, make a test using the relevant skill that you think would help Hula, and that will then give Hula advantage on this check. I'm happy for you guys to do that so that aid is a reaction and then gain advantage is an action.
Yeah.
The one that uses an action doesn't require a focus. The one that uses a reaction does require a focus. And I'm happy to have that split. So gain advantage. As Hula's sort of striking for this agent's knife hand, how would you help? What would be your kind of way of assisting Hula in this moment?
So he's trying to disarm the agent.
Correct.
Right. Well, I have
With my hands, just for the record, it's going to get bloody. I'm not just trying to grapple him. I'm trying
to
strike
disarm the person.
Yeah.
Physically.
He doesn't need an arm. You just give him the whole arm.
Yeah. Okay. I think that in terms of a test that I can do here, I don't think it's a leadership test. I think it's Alaran's knowledge of weaponry. And so I'm just going to do a light weaponry but as a test. So maybe he comes in under somewhere and makes the guy faint out or something like that gives Hula the opportunity to come through with the cleaner strike.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
I think that makes perfect sense.
So he grabs his side sword and pulls that out and uses that to make a test. 14.
14 is a pass. Hula, you have advantage on your test. You're doing a strike, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. You have advantage on
am.
the strike.
Apparently I can pick damage or heavy weaponry. I'll get the heavy, obviously.
Thought he might.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
okay.
the advantage.
That
What?
is unfortunate. Is that really with the advantage?
It
Yeah.
rolled 2 3s.
I'm
Did it
not
not?
100% sure the advantage is working. I think we've been through this, haven't we?
Yeah. Got to
No,
roll.
it only does it if you hit re-roll. If he clicked advantage and put it on the dice and roll like that, he
It
just
does work.
legitimately rolled 2 3s.
That sucks, man.
Really?
The chances of that are... Well, it's a 50-50. That happens or it doesn't.
Well, I mean,
that
that's
really...
the second one is the Why does it say 9 damage?
So it always
It
rolls the
doesn't, there's
damage.
just 9 total roll.
Yeah.
Rolling damage.
Yeah.
Can we test it again just to see if it's going to cause another double?
Yeah, go
No,
for it.
for sure.
That's
You can
good.
try-
Just in case.
But I mean,
Just in case.
one thing we don't often do is we can spend a focus to graze
Yes, you
instead
can,
of
which would, in this case, deal 3 damage.
yeah.
That's
So we're trying to disarm. Like, I think we're all usually a bit focused deplete, but that is something I think we've kind of forgotten that we can do.
Yeah, so the first, I did the exact same thing. So
It
yeah,
definitely
the first
worked.
one was just
Yeah.
tried to hit with a 9. Does a 9 hit? Oh,
A 9 does not hit. As you slash out, acting on pure instinct, you watch as the agent recoils, their hand pulling away, a cut going across Ralanat's forehand as she lets out a hiss of pain. Her eyes wide with surprise as she sees you all rush in. Did you want to spend a focus point and do a graze for 3 damage, Hula?
no.
Cool. In that case, then
It
the
is a kill
strike.
mechanic, but I only have 1 focus at this point.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. In that case, then the strike just misses. That is the 2 fast goes, is the agent's next. Now that you're both in the room, Alaran and Hula, you can see there is another agent over at the far wall who was working on something down by their feet. They turn towards you, seeing you all rush in, and you watch as they immediately reach down and pull out a span reed. There's a few moments of deft strokes. They're going to use their full action to send a message via span reed before tucking it away and turning her attention towards the lot of you. That is her full action, is the 2 actions is to
shit.
send a span reed message.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Is there
Very
a bottom
Neivien.
pit?
to get
Uh,
some
Very Neivien.
It's
keep
not a
going.
bottomless pit, but there is a very large circular pit in the center of the room. Yes.
Okay, but it is a pit. It's not like just a visual description of like a tower in the center of the room. That is
No,
something
no,
we
no,
could
no.
Sparta kick people down.
It's a pit you could Sparta kick people down. It looks like it goes down about 60 feet. There is rubble
there a
and debris
fence?
at the bottom, as well as some bones
Full
and
B
blood.
Sparta kick down.
Is it compliant?
No. Oh, no. No.
60 feet. That's 20 meters. There's no way you can have a hole that compliant.
No.
So
exactly.
we can just be like, on behalf of House Bethab, this pit is non-compliant.
Well,
Roll on.
here's the thing,
We
Rav-eth.
are the building inspectors here to shut this place down.
This is not the code.
There is one small problem with that plan, and that is that you are no longer in Aladar's war camp. You have this whole structure is embedded into the crater wall. You don't think you're in the war camp anymore. You're now outside the limits of Aladar's.
We're actually
House.
the crater inspectors.
You're in international waters, my friend. into camp boundaries. That is the first agent's go. The second agent looks towards both you, Hula, and Alaran. Who in Storm's name are you lot?
The building inspectors.
Have a name.
You did want a team name for us. We're the building inspectors.
Honestly, I love it.
Yeah, I'm very for it.
You can go with that if you like. The agent will then strike out with their knife. They're going to do. Ooh. No, they're sorry. They're going to do a strike with their knife. Hula, does a 16 hit you?
For physical defense?
Yes, please.
Yes, it does.
That is going to be. That's going to be 8 points of keen damage as the knife slides in between the gaps in your armor, striking into your ribs as you feel it cut in deep. The agent then whips around, and using their second action, they are going to hold the knife to Ralanat's throat and turn towards all of you.
Back off if you want this woman alive. Right now. Drop your weapons. Back off.
That is the agent's go. The slow turns, Ztar, Neivien, Rav-eth, and technically Ralanat. Ztar, Neivien, Rav-eth, you will hear this voice echo from inside the room. What would you like to do?
So,
Well-
just
Yeah.
while I'm still sort of next to this guy and he's made his threat,
Correct.
I'm not sure if it'd be a free action or a focus or anything, but I would probably point out that we only need one of them alive at this point. It's not like we're particularly big allies with either of them. We're just looking for information from one of you two. Because I don't think Ralanat's the bargaining chip that he thinks she is.
He
I
holds
really
the,
like her specifically alive.
And I
but
fully
the-
believe that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be better if she was alive, but I mean, like, we got these two slavey people that we could help, and then this guy would probably have the same information that we need out of this.
I
I'm not
you-
going to
keep
advance
Alaran
on him.
alive.
I'm just going to try and call his bluff.
yeah, you
Here's
can
my
say
Yeah,
that.
fair enough.
He holds the blade against Ralanat's throat and goes,
You clearly came here for either her or us. You tried to strike the blade out of my hands, which means you want her alive. Back the fuck up.
he wouldn't say
Or
fuck.
I wanted to have the easiest time to get you down on the ground.
Okay.
Back.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ztar, Neivien, Rav-eth.
So why I ended up having to take a slow turn because I need the 3 actions to use my new level up ability.
Let's go.
So I'll
Metagame.
pro
Metagame.
Well, I'd never be able to use it if I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It is
you
honestly
know
like
how
a
long.
fairly
Yeah, you know how long your actions take. Like that's not a metagame thing. That's just it takes like a few seconds to do this, and it only takes 1 second to do that. That's just the mechanics. It's fine.
It is a really like speed coded like attack though. So
Yeah,
I'll
the whole
move 5
burst
feet,
through the
make
door
a-
aggressively at speed
Ah.
and with flared, and I'll go slow after that.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'll move 5 feet, make a ranged attack, and then is that an Iron Maiden up the top there?
It looks like some sort of statue.
Oh, okay.
How hard, given Alaran is in the way and this guy's holding a knife up to her, would you put it at me trying to throw a knife at this guy's hand and knock it
Or
out?
pretty hard. I mean, he's literally holding a dagger against Ralanat's throat. His dagger is in front of her throat. If you're throwing a blade towards him, the momentum is all this direction, right? Like pulling it back. This is gonna be difficult. This is gonna be hard to aim for the dagger in his hand.
It's easier to
More
hit
like,
Alaran.
like if you go like that, maybe like the elbow to cause him to drop the knife. I feel like getting knifed in the elbow causes one to drop one's knife usually.
Yeah, so his arm's extended, so you're looking at the inner part of his arm. So imagine like he's kind of standing there with his arm out to his side. Palm is facing towards you as he
so-
holds the dagger. Exactly. So you'd be aiming for the
so
inner
then-
part of his elbow. The reflex would be to collapse the elbow. Yes, if you were aiming for the elbow, I'd make it a bit easier, but not by that much.
Cool.
It is a bit easier though.
But yeah, that's my plan. Because my thing works on a hit or a graze, so I'll just do it like that. All right, so I launch one of my daggers just straight out of the little dagger bandolier straight at this dude.
Fantastic.
Let's go. Would this be a raise the stakes situation?
Yeah, this is pretty raise the stakes. Yeah, I'd allow that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd allow it.
Let's go.
Ooh, it's a
Uh-oh.
23,
What?
but
Oh,
it has a
complication?
complication.
Not in the head.
I am going to give you a choice here, Ztar.
All right.
I have 2 complications that I have in
Oh, no.
mind.
Oh no.
I'm not going to
If
tell
one's
you
hit
which.
Alaran, it hits Alaran.
That wasn't one of the options, but I will add that as a third.
I feel like that's like a and it could have killed her, but it actually hit Alaran. Oh, cool.
Okay. Here's
Yeah,
the
I hit 23.
Alaran's a pro at it.
Yeah, he's good at catching knives in his body.
If I hear you correct, the 23 means it did hit where I was aiming for,
Yes.
though, right on.
correct.
So it can't hit Alaran. So that
Exactly.
It,
So my
but
question
this
was
guy's
going to be.
knife he could throw it out at Alaran.
You can
Yeah.
push him in the pit.
So my question was going to be to figure out which one was the right answer, which one we should do. I was going to ask, what was the main focus of the strike? To try and knock the knife free, or get the knife away from Ralanat's throat?
I mean, I kind of wanted him to drop it, but if he moved his hand away, then I would trust Hula and Alaran to sort it out from there once the immediate threat is taken care of. So I'd be happy with either. I'd be trying to make him drop it, but I'd consider him just moving it away from her to be a success.
I need an answer. What's the main priority? Is it to drop the knife or get it away from her throat? Pick one, and that will determine the complication that you're about to receive.
It was drop the knife. Let's
Okay,
do it.
fantastic.
It was drop the knife.
You watch as the blade, expertly thrown, flies through the air, straight past Alaran's ear. Alaran, you almost got a new piercing, but not quite. You watch as the blade flies forward, striking into the wrist of the agent, causing them to immediately release the blade, pulling their arm back towards them. You watch, though, as that movement and the pathway of the knife cuts a line straight across the side of Ralanat's throat, and you watch as she gurgles and blood begins to spurt from that wound.
Rav-eth?
Rav-eth is running into the room and healing her as best as he can with the availability of the magic of the stormlight that he has. Because I think he can do that, right? That's kind of magic.
If you've got, as long as you've got the actions and the movements, you're good to go.
Yeah, well, it's a slow turn. Should be able to do that. So, I mean, we're running out of room, but yeah, Rav-eth would probably
Great success.
do that.
This is very much a 3.6 Rontgen moment. Like, not great, not terrible. He's dropped the knife, but also Ralanat's just had her throat cut. Yeah. Maybe it's more than 3.6.
Yeah, we'll count it as a full win.
Maybe it's, what was the final Rontgen for Shinobu? Was 400 or something? It's not 3.6, it's like 400 or 4,000. Maybe it's closer to that then. Rav-eth, have you got enough movement to get in? Yes, you do. Good.
20, yeah, I do, just.
You've got enough. Perfect.
Yeah.
As you rush forwards. Yep.
Yeah, I've got 2 actions left. I'm not entirely sure if I can heal with my progression, right? Pretty sure I can.
Yeah, you saw in the first start deal, so you're good to go. The others are still in the process of swearing their oaths, but you should have progression. You should have progression surge ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually say anything about fusing together a bleeding arterial from the neck, but I'm assuming I can do that with progression.
Oh, I think it's just the base, surge. So if you click on progression, it should have. Here you go. If you just click on it, you've got a 2-action activate. You can infuse life into a living thing. If you target a living character with regrowth, infuse 1 investiture or more into them. The infusion uses 1 investiture each round, and for the duration, that character recovers health equal to 1d4 plus your progression modifier at the start of each of their turns.
That's the one. So I'll do that. And I'll do that.
Perfect.
On Lady Ralanat. Make sure she doesn't die.
Perfect. In that case, then, as you, how many? I guess the question is, how many investiture are you using on this?
Great question. I think just during for the pure case of like not having her bleed out, and and also Rav-eth is probably still getting used to his abilities. He's probably going to put at least 2 in there.
Okay. Could I get you then to please roll 1d4 just to see how much health she'll get back at the start of her turn?
Absolutely.
Well, technically now. Well, not technically. 2. Fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, plus your progression. Sorry, plus your progression.
That's not a +2.
2 plus 2. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's all right.
That's more health than she had before. Perfect. That's your. I'm not saying that. That's your 2 actions. 3 actions, movement, and then that.
That's all I can do.
Ztar, that was your 2 actions. Neivien, smoke 'em, boys.
So I've had a revelation, as we all know. I'm one to thoroughly read my character sheet.
There's no one I know who reads their character sheet and pores over it, frankly, with the level of an attention to detail that you show consistently.
What can I say? I'm just a really thorough player. I make sure I rewatch the episodes. I watch.
You know where the long rest button's located. You're ready to go.
That's right. So it turns out that I only have 25 feet of movement, not 30.
Yes. You should shave more often, if this is the result.
It was overheating my brain the whole time.
Essex lowlanders. There's not enough air getting through your beard. Yeah.
So with that delightful revelation, I can't do fuck all. So I'm
Yeah,
just
you've got
going
3 movements.
to
25 feet of movement would get you into the room right there.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is great. I can get in. By the time I get in here, does the agent to the north still have the span read out? They
Yes,
put it away?
I will say that they're in the process of putting it away during this. So for the whole of the round, you can see what they're doing. You watch as they finish writing this note and tuck away the span read.
Okay. I kind of guess I clock everything in the room, so everyone's tied down except for the agents, right? The other
Correct.
people.
2 of them are in cages. The cages there.
I thought they were just on weird-looking waffles. Oh. Do I? Okay.
Yes, one's currently sitting in whipped cream and honey, and the other one's on a bed of maple syrup. Lovely.
Oh, and is that pecan as well? Oh, my.
Oh yes.
Didn't know you were into that. Let's I'll...
Round up chowder droppings. Artfully decorating the.
Cool. So I made it in here.
Yes.
That's a pretty good effort for me.
We're
I'm
already like surpassing all expectations of this turn.
right.
Yeah, you got through
Right.
a doorway. It was great.
Hey, do you have any books to throw?
Look at me go. Look at me go.
You were just considering
I'm
that.
literally
No.
looking.
Look at him as a good move. You should add.
Actually, I think I do have a book that I could throw. And I also have a glass vial, an empty glass vial. I'm going to yeet an empty glass vial and try and just have it break across their face and hopefully blind them or something.
Yeah. Do you want to roll for me I think a light weaponry test fits in here as you throw. I'd say, let me have a look. Light weaponry or maybe agility? Yeah. The only 2 that really make sense for throwing a glass vial at someone's face.
So option is improvised weapon of light weaponry
Or an agility check.
What, just a straight up agility check?
Just flat agility.
I'm going to light weapon it, I reckon. I'll give it a crack.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. You need to make some poisons or talk to Rav-eth about this. Fucking hell, 14? You know what, though? That does hit. It just hits. That's the armor class or the physical defense.
Hell yeah.
As you throw the glass vial, you watch as it shatters. We're not going to use the damage. I'll do something else with this. You watch as it shatters, the shards of glass splintering across their face as they cover their eyes. They're going to have disadvantage as the shards of glass. I mean, you throw this perfectly. It smashes right into their forehead, the glass splintering everywhere. They're going to have disadvantage and their senses range reduced as they have glass shards in and around their face. Not ideal.
Ow.
I think it might be time that we all stop for a chat. What do you reckon?
You look down towards the south. The agent who had the blade against Ralanat's throat, clutching his arm. Ralanat's flesh still in the process of kind of sealing up. I mean, you can see Alaran and Hula, weapons drawn, ready to absolutely destroy this person before them. I mean, Neivien, you don't get the sense the agents are the ones who are going to be blocking a conversation. It looks like they were quite prepared for a standoff, and now that's gone horribly wrong.
Any chance of a mute over there? Chip ASMR by Rory?
Yeah. They are very crunchy, mate. Even if you just moved the mic, finished your...
It's just the white spine in the background.
That doesn't solve
gnawing on
that.
something.
Oh, you look... Yeah, give us the... Oh, that's some... Oh, we're getting some dog ASMR. For
Yeah,
those.
Was that better?
For,
That's
That was significantly better.
it was actually much more pleasant hearing the dog chew the chips than it was you.
less loud somehow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
think I was muted. I wasn't
That's
being
okay.
gross on purpose.
Yeah, Neivien, as you called that out, you watch as the agent who's wiping their eyes, where he goes, trying to get the glass out of their eyes, the one towards the south, grabbing onto his arm as he looks up and goes, Who in Tala's name are you?
I'm Neivien.
You watch as he sort of looks around confused, not knowing what to do with that information.
I honestly am at a bit of a loss for what to do with my last action. Can I don't know, can that count as some sort of a distraction to the agents, I guess?
Yeah, I'd sort of use the glass in the face as a distraction for the one to the north. If you want to use that as the one towards the south, I'd say that you can use as your last, maybe use as your last action. I'd say gain advantage. If you wanted to gain advantage for your next attack, you could use it for a gain advantage.
It was
you
an
could
attempt
also,
at a persuasion to stand down the fight.
yeah, do you know what? I will, yeah, do you know what? I think that's a great idea. Neivien, make me a persuasion test. I'd say persuasion or leadership.
I mean, she absolutely is a leader, let's be honest. But I think this is an attempt
Got a 1
to
for
persuade.
leadership. 14.
Terrible.
You watch as the agent who is currently holding the knife, who was holding the knife against Ralanat's throat and has since been disarmed. You watch as he looks towards all of you and goes, "I'm up for having a talk, but who in Kellick's name are you? Who are you people? Are you here for her?" As he looks towards Ralanat.
We're the inspectors.
What inspectors? What are you talking about?
I'm not, maybe not the inspectors. Look, Ralanat has information. We need to get her out of here and talk to her.
We need information from Ralanat. That's why we've brought her here. How do you even know who she is? Who are you with?
I like your glance around everyone.
Yeah, I think Alaran's going to lead this, but Ash just forgot in the second, because it's been a while. Mintez. We met with Mintez earlier today. There's been a change of plans, and the front fortifications have been breached. And then mentioning the might creatures. I'm not making any statements that are not true. This is a deception, but I'm not lying. I'm saying I met with Mintez earlier today. There's been a breach in the front wall. The guards on the barricade have been attacked by the might creatures.
Make me a persuasion or deception check, Alaran, your choice. I know you're not lying,
Okay.
but you are kind of lying. You're
I know,
deliberately...
I'm being deceptive by
Yeah.
omission.
Yeah.
I think that I am deceiving here, so I'm going to play that. And he's not very good at deceiving, which is fine, because it means that you guys can kill some people.
No.
The deception was for their safety.
Alaran, Ash, I was about to,
Yeah.
you were a bit quick for me. I was about to say, do you want to raise the stakes on this? Do you want to roll a d6 for me? A 1 or a 2 will give you a +2 and a complication. A 6 will be an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Four. Unfortunately, that gets you nothing. Never mind.
Can I
Yeah.
can I use my feature Opportunist, which allows me to re-roll plot dice?
Yes, you may. I think that's a great idea.
I've never gotten to use that because I was
Fantastic.
and I don't want to click re-roll, do I? Is that
Just roll it again. If you do re-roll, I don't think it works.
Oh, it's a 4 again.
what?
Unfortunately,
Cursed.
nothing extra for this particular roll.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
for the weird energy of these dice rolls. I'm just gonna click it again to see if I roll. Okay, there you go. That's what you wanted.
No.
6 would have been great. Yeah,
No, it's
6.
okay. It means it.
6 would have been an opportunity.
All good.
Unfortunately.
That's okay.
Sorry, mate.
That's okay. I think that in Alaran's attempt to do the deception, he knows that it's like he is speaking by omission and it is not what he wants to be doing.
Yeah.
He's almost doing it out of a panic to stop a fight.
Do you know what's funny? I was pulling open the plot desk because I was trying to remember what the actual things were. So a 1 would be +2 but a complication. A 2 would have been +4 but a complication. 5 and 6 are both opportunities. Really, the only 2 numbers you could have rolled were 3 and 4, which is like doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. That does suck, unfortunately. Yeah, you watch as the agent looks down at the blade at his feet, looks back towards you, and goes like, "Then why attack us? Why rush in? Why strike at us? If you're meant to be on our side, why do all those things? That makes no sense. You're liars, all of you."
I mean, we're only not on your side because we need her, and you have her. It's not as though we've got anything particularly against you.
Can you not wait your turn? Once we've interrogated her, you can have her or something like that? What information do you need from her that's so important that you're willing to risk taking on our organization?
Alaran is going to feel a little bit entitled. Is this a Thalen person or a Aelthi person?
Aelthi. Aelthi man.
Yeah.
Early 40s.
Alaran's going to get that sense of wait your turn. You do not know who you are dealing with when you question us. We do not wait for you. Step aside now.
You had your chance to convince me, boy, and you failed to do so. Step back or I will kill this woman, and the answers that you so desperately seek will be lost. I rather think you overplayed your hand, princeling.
Alrighty. I am going to put us into a new round of combat because I know that was kind of happening on Nevien's turn. Neveen, if there's anything else you wanted to do talking-wise, you're the main person who can do that because this was all kind of happening as part of your turn. Otherwise, I'll get you all to click on your tokens and pick a new approach.
I think the only thing that I would like to do, if it's possible for a free action element, is to slip on my Soulcaster.
I'm happy with that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
And can I make it obvious that I'm slipping on the Soulcaster?
You could just raise your arm up and slowly pull it on, attaching the gems in place. I'm happy with that too. That's very fun. That's great. Yeah.
Cool.
As you place the infinity gauntlet on your hands. Yeah. I am Neivien. Start smoking it. Alrighty, if you could all please pick your approaches. Ralanat, at the end of this, her neck begins to heal as she's sort of gurgling during this whole conversation. As Rav-eth's healing begins to kick in, you watch as she...
I know your faces.
She's still struggling through the half-healed cut. Alrighty, please pick your approaches, my friends.
It's just like that meme. It's like, we lived, bitch.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so... well, technically, Alaran goes first, seeing as he's taking a faster turn. I mean, I can't argue with that. So, Alaran and Ztar are both taking fast/faster turns. Sorry.
I'm not
Oh, okay, I found the limit of characters. It won't let me type a little faster than Alaran.
Yeah, it's probably too many. Surely fastest was the first thing. Yeah, fastest.
I was going to do fastest, but I ran out of time.
Rory, what is yours? S. Hasek.
Hasek is like a little symbol that goes above the S.
It hasn't done it. It's just written S.
In the Slavic alphabet.
Oh, of course.
Cool. Of course, yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's in the Hornita dialect. We should have known that. All right, Alaran, Ztar, and Rav-eth.
Croatian.
Outstanding.
Look, I mean, let me enter my F. My regular old F. Being weird. I assume it still says F, but look, my plan is I've got him to drop his knife.
Yep.
I was probably going to fly at him, maybe stick him to the roof.
Okay. Yeah, go on then.
Unless someone wants to do something there first.
Are we talking about the agent in the bottom or the top?
The bottom.
Bottom, one that's threatening Ralanat life. I figured a nice stick to the roof would probably sort him out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, actually, I mean, that's not really how it works, actually. Because... Actually, no, I can just run to him. I mean, I wanted to fly at him for dramatic effect. I think the gravitation just gives me a fly speed, but doesn't like actually cause the movement in that direction. Even though that would logically be consistent, they've kind of just done gravitation like a regular D&D fly speed. So it's, long story short, I will run at him and I will try and stick him to the roof.
Okay, fantastic.
I'll let that play out, I guess.
As you rush forwards, essentially just like diving on top of Ralanat as she's sitting in the chair to reach this guy. As you like just climb over her, he notices for the first time the stormlight glowing from your skin. Rav-eth, it's hard to see, right? Because Rav-eth, you like press your hands against her throat. He hasn't really noticed what's going on. His attention kind of taken away. However, as the stormlight rushes down Ztar's arm across his hand and into his body, he can't help but notice what's happening here as he suddenly begins glowing and floating up towards the roof. Ztar.
Well, I think there'll probably have to be some kind of test there, I think.
Yeah. So you're rolling to do your gravitation.
Yeah, I assume we should do gravitation shit. See gravitation on others.
Let's have a quick look. So,
I believe you can target a willing character.
Yeah, and it'll be against his spiritual defense for an unwilling, I suspect. So, here we go. So you're doing a basic lashing, right?
Yeah, just to the roof.
Yep. Infusion uses 1 investiture each round, and the gravity changes directions however you want to change it. He's not going to be willing. To target an unwilling character, you're going to be doing gravitation on others. Let me pull it open. Make a gravitation test. Oh no, it's against their physical defense. So yeah, gravitation test against his physical defense.
Cool. There you go.
Well, that is going to obviously hit 20. On a success.
Calm down when you promise to behave.
Spend 1 investiture to move the target up to your gravitation rate in a direction of your choosing. You're moving him up towards the ceiling.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, he might die. How high is the ceiling from here?
In this room, it's not as high. It's only 10 feet.
Oh, yeah. You can stick right on the ceiling then, yeah.
In that case, then, he is going to become restrained as a result of the gravitation that you have just used against him, which means his movement speed is 0 as he floats up towards the ceiling, quite rapidly as well, given it's a basic. So he falls up towards the ceiling, I should say.
Yeah.
As you press your hand against him, the stormlight flows out. He goes, "What the?" And then slamming into the ceiling above. As the air is knocked out of him, you hear a cry of alarm from the agent towards the north as she drops the tablet that she was holding as it hits the floor, looking up and goes,
"What in ashes? What are you?"
I am Harshman with the building inspectors.
"I'm not going to take this seriously." Okay, good to know. Alaran, Rav-eth, actually, technically, no, yeah, that was movement in that, so that's 2 actions. Alaran,
Yeah.
Rav-eth, your turn.
I am going to do something a little fun.
Yes.
I really want to try and use this. The agent up in the north, obviously,
Yes.
still in play, but just had glass thrown at their eyes
In her face,
by
correct.
Neivien. Yep. Rav-eth would like to use one of his surges, his illumination surge, to try and like make it worse for him or them up in the top there. I want to try and like do an illumination surge, like using the glass that's in that character's face, and like try and like make it look like there's blood and other shit going on that he's like needs to be worried about.
Yeah, 100%. So, how far can you do your illusion? What's
25 feet.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, brilliant. In that case, then, you just spend an investiture to take the form of a essentially the blood and the. So you're trying to sort of make it look like there's horrific damage to their face, or
Yes, yeah, like way worse than they were expecting it to be. Like they've gone and wiped the glass away, but now it's like bleeding, and they're like freaking out. That's kind of the play I'm going for.
Okay, just so that I can kind of have this locked into my mind, you're kind of trying to have it so that as they like pull their hands away, it looks like their hands are covered in blood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So it's for them, the person who had the glass in their eyes, more to see as they like wipe their hands away. Yep, perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. In that case, then, I'd say that this is a little bit complex. You're trying to have it move with their hands, move in time with them, so it's kind of moving a little bit quickly. Could I get you to make an illumination test? And this will be against their cognitive defense to see if they're able to kind of see through it.
Absolutely.
So, and to see how well you're able to kind of move the illusion, because you're doing a lot of complex, almost like anticipating where their hand's going to be as you move.
Well, I was
this
thinking,
around.
I was originally thinking more in like their peripheral, like in their vision, like around their eyes.
Yeah,
so
okay,
like less moving their hands, more in like their face.
In that case, then I still will get you to roll it, but I'll change the I'll do something to the DC slightly. Yeah, no, I can work with that. Absolutely.
Like almost to like help obscure them, like obscure their vision a bit. Like they've got blood in their face or blood.
I'm with you. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah. 14.
Like
that is going
sort of falling down over their eyes or something.
Yeah.
14 is going to, that does beat their cognitive defense. So Rav-eth, that is going to be successful as you sort of summon the illusions in front, breathing the stormlight out as it rushes forwards. Your spren appearing on the walls behind the agent and helping bind this illusion in place. You watch as the agent reaches up and tries to sort of like brush these away and goes, my eyes, I can't see properly. What have you done to me? She calls back towards Neivien. Very nice, Rav-eth. I'm going to keep that condition, and I'm going to give her an element as well. I'm going to extend that, and we're going to restrict her senses even more. Perfect.
Amazing. I still have another action. I'm gonna give Alaran. Can I give Alaran advantage?
Yeah, you could use gain advantage. So you just have to make a test. Yeah. Describe what kind of way you want to give Alaran advantage, and then you just make a test to see if you pass it.
Probably like seeing Alaran go through the motions here. He's been, a little bit not unsure, but like a little bit, some big things have been going on. I think Rav-eth is probably going to give him a bit of support and be like, "You're doing really well. You haven't taken any knives in your back, which is saying something. That's good. But no, keep at it. Keep at it, Alaran. You're doing really well. I think we've got the upper hand here. It's a shame they didn't believe you, though. Yeah, but you'll be okay."
Could you make a leadership or a discipline test, please, to give advantage to Alaran?
Deception.
Persuasion.
You're doing a good job.
Or persuasion. I'd say persuasion. I'd say persuasion too. Leadership, discipline, or persuasion. Your choice.
I'll do discipline. Discipline's actually not too bad.
Yeah. Discipline makes sense because you're kind of like, yeah, I think that makes sense.
A little light like Jake there, but it's all in good faith.
Exactly.
That's an 8.
No, that is not going to. Alaran, in the moment, you don't even hear what Rav-eth is saying. You're so focused on the person in front of you, like blood streaming down, Ralanat still dying in front of you. Your focus is elsewhere. You hear Rav-eth saying things, but none of it sinks in the moment. You're so focused on what's going on.
Oh, well, I guess that's that then. No, well.
Alaran, it's your turn.
I tried.
Yeah, my priority is to detach the agent from being a continuing threat for Ralanat. I know that they're currently restrained on the roof.
They are.
I don't know what ends that condition. I'm aware that the other agent is at the north and is potentially a threat to Neivien. I'm more concerned about the agent to the south, even while they're restrained. But I am not a strength-based character, so it would not make sense for me to try and do anything but to try and make it so that this person can no longer be a physical threat, because I had engaged them in not doing this course of action and they were like, we will kill her. So they're in distance for a reach, like for a normal weapon.
The roof's only 5 feet high. You're at least 5 feet tall, so you're good. as long as you're like 6 foot tall and your arms stretch up another couple of feet, you're good. You can reach them easily.
Yeah. Okay.
You could always free Ralanat if you want to get her out of harm's way, though. If you didn't want us to kill
Yes,
this guy.
I'd thought about that, but my concern is Ralanat is also a threat, and releasing her introduces a crazy variable. The last time I was with this woman, she was running away from the caravan,
Okay.
and I don't know what she can do. This is the fast turns, right? Hula's on a slow.
Yes, you're the
turn.
last one. Yeah.
And is the agent
They'll
they
get a
can
turn?
take the turns, whatever, can't they? Is that the agent at the? Oh, wait, there's only one. Oh, both agents gone.
They
the same
both got the
initiative.
same initiative.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain has fried for the night. I'm going to take. I think hearing Rav-eth's attempted what you should do, Alaran actually freezes in that moment and realizes that striking against this person is not the course of action, and he's just going to take a extremely deep breath and recover.
Not a bad move.
That is amazing. I'm recovering all 5 focus.
That's huge.
Okay.
That's real good.
As he goes to grab his sword to attack, and he realizes his job is to protect, and he instead, maybe Rav-eth's communication didn't quite hit him, but he remembers that we were both advocating for not killing people in here, and he goes, not doing that strike. Maybe he'll have an opportunity. He'll recover.
Oh yeah, don't kill them either. I had that on.
Perfect.
Don't do that. Keep them alive.
Alrighty.
That's my turn.
The agents. Matt and Raph, the two of you have worked very hard to blind this agent. Could I get Raph to roll a d10 and Matt to also roll a d10? I'm going to use these to become a d100 together. So Raph's will be the 10 number, so that's 46. You watch as the agent, who is currently disoriented and blinded, rushes forwards with her hands out towards the nearest person that she can kind of make out in the shadowed gloom. I am going to roll for her an agility check to try not to fall over the edge of this pit.
It'd be funny if she fell over the edge of the pit.
Okay.
What happened?
You watch as the agent rushes forwards, crying out for help as she trips and stumbles over the edge of the pit, her arm reaching out and grabbing on at the last moment as she dangles there, trying to wipe away at the illusions that are currently bound to her eyes, trying to stay attached to the wall, doing everything she can not to just tumble off into the darkness below. That is going to be her full turn. The agent who's currently bound to the ceiling is going to try and pull himself free, call out in horror as he sees his compatriot almost fall into the pit, look down towards the rest of you and go,
What powers do you wield? What is this? You are Radiance. How is this possible?
I'm not.
What do you mean? She clearly, your agent friend there clearly took a glass vial to the face. I think she needs urgent medical attention. And I would be happy to treat her eyes.
We surrender. We surrender. There is no need for this. We surrender. I am disarmed. Please rescue my friend. There is no need for this. We cannot face you as we are now.
And what happened to we'll kill the hostage and all the bravado from before? How do we know if I let you down, you will comply?
Bind us in shackles, place us in the cages. I cannot. Whatever you need to be assured that we will not fight back, you take it. Take our weapons away. Don't you understand? You are proof that our plan, that his plan has worked. You can... We do not need to be enemies.
Wait, who's plan?
Good question.
You watch as he sort of looks a bit confused and goes, "Why? The head of our order here, the head of our sect here."
Who is?
You mean Mintez?
Of course, the commander of this camp. Of course.
Oh. Right, well, let's roll. That's fun. Who did your friend send a span read message to?
To Commander Mintez, of course.
All right, team. What do we do here?
I think everybody knows the answer, which is if Mentes arrives, it's too late. Like it is game over. Game.
I think if we help her up, and I kind of reach a hand down to do that, you'd be able to write to Mintez using whatever code you use and say you subdued us, wouldn't you?
That you have the situation under control?
Exactly.
Why would we need to do that? He needs to see that his efforts were successful, that that the Radiance returned to us, that humanity has hope again.
Well, I suppose we could just drop you down the hole. Would you prefer that?
You hear the sound of the... No, please, let me up! She's like clutching to the edge of the pit.
As an aside, only bad guys have bottomless pits in their house.
It's not bottomless. It's not even their house. Come on, man. Stop trying to justify.
Inspecting.
You're not inspecting any houses.
Wait, so they're squatters?
You watch as the agent bound to the ceiling. I'm going to assume that we're kind of pausing initiative at this point, given that they've surrendered. All right, I'll take us out of initiative then. Given that he's currently sort of bound to the ceiling, you watch as he calls out, like, "Please, just pull out of the hole. Whatever you need to do, send a message to Mintez. We can tell him not to come. Whatever you need, just save her, please."
All right. I reach a hand down to help her up.
Rav-eth,
I'm going to move the beam.
Yeah,
just for that.
As they've sort of like given up and sort of surrendered, I will end the illusion.
Perfect. As Neivien pulls her over the edge, I'm so tempted to have you roll for me if I can athletics check Neivien to avoid being pulled into the hole, but I'm not that evil.
No, I'd help Neivien with
it's
this.
Fine. Yeah, you don't need to. It's fine. I'm not going to be a dick about it. As you pull the agent out, you watch as she immediately puts her hands up and then points down to her belt where she has a dagger. Very slowly, with her hand up, Neivien, she pulls the dagger out and drops it on the floor and kicks it towards you with both hands up again.
Are there manacles nearby? Like in this, well, there would be.
There are manacles nearby that they've had Ralanat manacled up and locked to this chair, 100%.
I would like to begin the process of manacling the agents.
Perfect. I think that's where we'll wrap up for tonight then, as you begin manacling the agents, locking them into position. You can see the parchment and the slave, Ztar, looking towards you with eyes wide. In the far corner, the slave, the human slave who's currently locked into a cage, seems unconscious. They haven't noticed any of this that's going on. You can hear them kind of groaning every so often in the sudden silence as the agent, that stormlight ends and he just drops 10 feet, slamming into the ground as he drops down as the investiture ends. And that is where we will wrap up for tonight. I think we'll come back next week and see the fallout from that. Well done, guys. Well done indeed. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. That's a very fun S you've got there, Rory. That's probably the funnest S we've seen so far.
Saving it for next time.
Okay, perfect. Brilliant. For those of you watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel. For those of you who are joining us on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. It is a pleasure as always. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment. All of those things really, really help us out, particularly on YouTube with the algorithm being what it is. We are going to go and raid Let's Roll for Dragons. It looks like they're doing a DC superhero D&D thing. That looks like fun. Let's go and raid them. I will have that loaded up. Everyone, have a lovely, lovely evening. Make sure you stay well. We will see you all next time. Until then, farewell for now, guys. We'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
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 See you, gang.